this is my new room. Like, this is my apartment. Hey guys, so I've been living on my own now for a little over a year and a half, and I have learned so much. There are so many things I wish I had known before moving out of my parents' house and getting my own apartment. So today I wanted to share some of those things with you and just kind of let you know what to expect if you're going to be moving out. Just for a little backstory, I am from a little town called Bellingham, Washington, which is basically near Seattle. And just a few months after I turned 18 and graduated high school, I was able to have saved up enough money to move out of my parents' house and get a place in Los Angeles. I know not everyone has my circumstances and my privilege, and I know that everyone also has different goals and not everyone wants to move here, but I can only talk from my experience, so this is kind of what I went through and the things that I've learned along the way. So obviously money is a huge aspect of moving out. It's kind of the main thing. I did YouTube all throughout high school, and I also had two kind of like real jobs. I worked in office settings just kind of as an assistant, helping with social media, helping with filing. Point is, I was saving up money all throughout those years and just putting it into my savings account, getting what I needed and not, you know, spending my whole paycheck every time I would get it. Especially when you're young and you don't really know about like paying bills and like saving for the future and stuff. I feel like it's so easy to just, you know, you get like a check for your birthday, or yeah, you get a paycheck and you just want to blow it all away. So my number one tip to you would be to not blow your money on shit, especially trends and things that are gonna go out of style really soon, or something that is not gonna be cool to you in a couple months. Use your savings account, save as much money as you can. So also in regards to money, get a credit card as early as possible and start building credit. This isn't to say you should get into a ton of credit card debt or start spending money you don't have, but just get a credit card and make small purchases like coffee or lunch and pay it off right away. I didn't start doing this until after I moved out, and luckily I had my savings account because apartments are gonna check your credit score, and I didn't have a credit card, I didn't have any credit, so a lot of places weren't able to accept me. I was only able to get my own place because I had money in my savings account to show them. So start building credit as early as possible, and again, don't get into debt, just make a small purchase, pay it off right away. Like, a lot of people ask me how much money they should have saved up before they move out. The advice that I got and the advice that I would give to you is to look at the rent in the areas that you wanna move to, and basically your monthly income should be 3 times that amount roughly. So if rent is like $2,000, are you making like $6,000 a month? If not, look into different areas or look into getting roommates. So as far as roommates go, when you're living with your parents, it just sounds so great to live with your friends and be able to do whatever you want and like, oh, I don't care, like I just want to have fun. But when reality kicks in, it's not like you're just gonna be hanging out with your friends all the time or partying all the time. You want to make sure that this person is compatible with your lifestyle. How are you guys gonna negotiate chores, doing dishes, clearing main areas like the living room, the kitchen? How are you gonna split up getting furniture? And also, not to mention, is this person trustworthy and are they able to afford this? Are they going to pay rent on time? There's so many different factors that go into it, and I just remember like in high school thinking, oh, it's gonna be so nice to just like live with friends, live by myself and just do whatever I want, but you still are kind of, you know, it's still your home and your house and you want it to be nice and you want to have people that you can rely on. So the next thing I kind of want to talk about is all the logistics of getting an apartment. I was not aware of any of this, and they didn't teach me this in school. My parents didn't really teach me about this. It was all kind of stuff I had to learn along the way, and you can actually watch my vlogs from the beginning of 2017 and you see me going through all of this. So usually when you apply to an apartment, you have to pay an application fee, you have to have money ready for the security deposit, and also you have to pay for things like Wi-Fi, electricity, water, gas, depends on the apartment. Sometimes it is included in your rent, sometimes you have to make those phone calls and set it up separately. I wasn't aware of this, so I remember not having electricity for the first week because I just didn't know that I had to call to have it set up. Like, nobody told me that. So things like Wi-Fi, you're gonna have to call and set it up. Some places require you to do money orders, which I had never heard of that before. Again, every place is different. The apartment I'm in now didn't require me to like get a money order or anything, but my last apartment did, so it just really depends on the place, but it's all just things to be aware of. Like, I was never taught any of this, so. Make sure you do your research of the area, of the building, read Yelp reviews of your complex, look up the address and see, like, has there been a shooting there? Are there cockroaches? Ask when the last time they sprayed for bugs was. I would really suggest taking a walk around the area and just seeing if you feel safe there or if it's like an area you'd like to be in. My last apartment was right off Hollywood Boulevard and I didn't really know the area at the time, so I was just kind of like, okay, I can afford this, like, let's do it. And it turned out to be really insane. There were shootings, you know? Like, there was a lot of interesting people all the time and I didn't always feel safe. There were cockroaches, y'all. Like, it's a real thing, so definitely do your research. Just remember, you're like committing to a year lease. You just have to be prepared. I think another thing that I wasn't really prepared for is just being treated like an adult. On one hand, there are those situations where they look down on me for being younger or whatever, but I feel like for the most part, it's like, okay, I'm renting an apartment, like I am an adult and I'm gonna be treated as an adult. You're not a kid anymore. I don't know, like just being treated differently like that and expecting to be on top of things and all of that. I feel like that's kind of an obvious, but I just remember feeling kind of like, wow, like I'm really an adult now and I'm expected to pay this and it's on me. So yeah, as for furniture and things like that, I really recommend looking on Craigslist, looking at places like Amazon, Walmart. This couch is from Walmart, this is from Amazon, this is from Amazon. Like, you can get a lot of things that look nice for pretty inexpensive. And again, like Craigslist or things like that for couches or random furniture that you might want. But that's a whole nother video about decor and stuff, but just kind of some tips and tricks. And also, again, make sure you talk with your roommates about splitting up things like, I don't know, plates, silverware, like make that IKEA run together, you know, and split it. So those are kind of my general tips and tricks and kind of things that I have learned along the way, just from experience. Again, I was never really taught or told any of this. It just kind of, it's like you live and you learn. If you'd like me to do a part 2 of this video, leave your questions down below. And if you have any advice for people who are maybe renting their first apartment, moving out on their own, what would your words of wisdom be? Thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Instagram for more content. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.